What's going on, y'all? I just saw Birds of Prey, starring Birds of Prey, Emancipation of Harley Quinn. Get it right. Starring Margaret Robbie, Ian McGregor, and Rosie Perez, who was kind of downplayed in the trailers, to be honest. But anyways, first of all, I've been predicting that this was going to be better than Suicide Squad, and it was going to be pretty good for rating. Well, as far as the rating goes, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the review. Positives. This was a whole lot better version of Harley Quinn than the Suicide Squad one was. Kudos to Margaret Robbie for that. She did a better job at this. I heard people talking about her voice was too Jersey like or whatever. No, that's how Harley Quinn sounds. That's how she really sounds. And the jokes were on point. The jokes were actually on point this time. I actually laughed at the jokes this time. She stepped her game up on that performance. And it also brought a feel of the animation, the animated movies. When I was watching this, I was like, man, if this was animated, this would have been perfect. This would have been perfection. You know, I like to say that, perfection. It would have been perfect if it was animated, because it felt, especially Margaret Robbie, her facial expressions and the way she was acting, it just was like a living live cartoon. Like she was the embodiment of a cartoon, the cartoon Harley Quinn. It was so perfect with that. Ian McGregor was a great villain in this. I don't remember him ever being a villain in anything else. I haven't seen all his movies, I don't think. But this is the first time I've seen Ian McGregor as a villain. He did a great job. He was just so crazy and eccentric and just a loose cannon with it. He was off. He was off. I was kind of worried about the villain at first, but he was just so out there. He didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn. Yeah, and the action scenes were on point. It was, man, the action scenes, they got down on those action scenes every time. There was no slacking on the action. There was no slacking. It was just, and there was one scene that Harley did that at first I was like, why is she using, oh, never mind. This is something that Harley Quinn would do. And she still was getting down with that, with the way she was doing. I cannot ruin it for you. I'm not going to ruin it for y'all. Go see the movie. The whole scene was crazy. When she did it. That was cool. That was pretty cool right there. I like that. The whole action thing. And this movie had a Gotham City feel to it at one point. And that hit me. I was like, oh, that is definitely some Gotham City shit right there. I like that. Let's do it. You know, that was crazy. Now, and the humor was, I said the humor was on point? I said the humor was on point, right? Yeah, it was funny. It was actually funny. And the rated R helps out a lot. Trust me. All right, moving on to the negatives. And this kind of hurt on a slight. There was a bit of cheese to the movie. It had a cheese to it. Like, it was cheesy. There was some cheesy points. And there was cheesy moments that was like, really? This is another one where even though it's got its highlights and it's got its things that shine through, there's certain parts of the movie that CinemaSins would have had a field day with. It just didn't make any sense. And the plot was a little convoluted. The plot was a little weak. You know, it wasn't a fantastic plot. It wasn't necessarily a bad bad plot, but it was a bit of the plot was kind of cliche. The plot was a little cliche, man. Like, I'm just gonna say one word. I'm not gonna say what else. When you involve a diamond, that's not original already. Not original already. Not original already. I was like, they could have thought something different, but that's what they went with, and there you have it. So I mean, yeah, the plot was kind of lacking. It was cheesy at points. Some choices, especially within the squad that she had, the Birds of Prey, shouldn't have been picked. They just, it wasn't going right. Some people's acting was not on par. That really put a scratch on my decision making. That scratched it like on the chalkboard. Like, what you doing here? What is this? That's why I said this movie would have been perfect as an animated movie. And I usually say that they should take the ideas that they have in animated movies and put them in the real movies. But this wasn't an animated movie at first. This is the original creation right here. So with that being said, sadly, wait for it. This is getting a strong cool. Not a hell yeah, but it's so close to hell yeah, it's ridiculous. It just needed to tighten up on that plot. That really hit me through the movie. That really was noticeable. And it needed to tighten up on less cheese. I don't know it's Harley Quinn, so it's gonna be some kooky parts and cartoonish stuff going on in there, but it put a little too much on it was too thick. The cheese was too thick. All right. Less cheese next time. It costs you some points. Other than that, it's actually good. I still recommend to go see it. I still want people to go see this movie. Go see it. It's a good time. It's actually a good time. It's just, in my opinion, it didn't get that official hell yeah. All right. With that being said, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back. I'm out.